are listening to the Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM.
Good morning.
Radio, it is the last day in the month of September 2025, definitely ushering us into Independence Day, which is tomorrow, October 1, 2025. I think it's not too early to say a happy new month in advance to everyone listening, lovers of Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos, breasts, and give information to you at every point in time. Still the Morning Express, which happens every 5 a.m. or down to 11 a.m. The papers on Mainland 98.3 FM. My name is Tʀᴇ Akínyosoye. So as much as we are looking through, reviewing the papers, the stories that we have in our day list of our in-house analysts in person of Side Forward, which will be joining us. Will be joining us, or who rather, I beg your pardon, will be joining us via phone this morning to give analysis to the several issues. You're welcome on board. You can join us live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM to enjoy an audio-visual one at Mainland 98.3. So whichever is most convenient for you right there. You can also listen via Radio Garden. It's also very much available, very much accessible and easy to use this morning or every time, rather, I beg your pardon, and you can always listen to tune in on Mainland 98.3 FM. This is where we go through several stories, be it a news story, developing story, be it politics, be it health, and what the dailies have in stock for us. All right, just give me a minute and we'll try to connect with Side Forward and get
Lock the doors of opinion, unveiling the stories that need to be told. The Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. as we invoke the Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM.
Welcome on board the Morning Express.
Good morning.
You're still on to Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of try and reconnect that and get Side Forward right to join us actually with the news of the day. Really a sad one. Nigerians have expressed that yesterday, Monday actually. And so a statement signed by Hadiza Usman Ajayi on behalf of even the management of Monday, and the matter had since been reported to the police. I mean, with heavy hearts, a lot of Nigerians have actually, a colleague actually in this line on this very loss. Quite painful, really. Just quickly permit me to also, as part of paying our tribute to, aside her being a broadcaster, she was a lawyer, barrister and a solicitor, and it's really really painful. Just give me a minute and I'll be back shortly.
Adjectives which hardly qualifies Somtochukwu Crystal Mᴏᴜ's persona. The 29-year-old barrister first graced Arise News screen as a guest when she participated and won the Miss Tourism Nigeria pageant. In September 2024, she joined the Arise News team, where she has made her voice count as a news anchor, news producer, and a reporter.
Trump announced on Saturday that India and Pakistan have agreed to a full and immediate ceasefire.
Through a blend of her legal dexterity and her reportorial vigor, Sumi advocated for out-of-school children and campaigned energetically against sexual and gender on the 21st of September.
I'll say the event did not really...
Sumi, alongside millions is now silent, but her spirit, passion and legacy will endure as part of our collective memory.
Properly educated and that there are less children out of school in Nigeria. From the
She was vocal about gender-based violence, even the place of women in politics, so to say. All right, we have Side Forward. Nice. Well, you're welcome on board to Trends in the Papers. Let's just let's just move ahead because of our time. I started on the note of the tragedy. Also a lawyer, a barrister, and solicitor. Vocal about gender-based violence, women in politics, and all of getting to the hospital maybe due to not responding to her urgently, I mean, she lost her life. I don't know if you have a couple of things to say.
Like to call her the right. Very, very unfortunate. Very sad. Very, very sad. We do that as patriotic Nigerians, not because there's political gain or there's any ulterior motive to it. Because again, we are not also immune. We are all affected. And now, one of us in the business of broadcast journalism are real. It's not about politics. It's not about maybe trying to score a cheap point or something. The reality is important that we keep talking about it. We pay attention to these things. Very, very sad. I've read through our profile, and then being part of a beauty pageant, and then a few days of journalism, which is indeed very, very in the story, reading through what had happened, how she was shot by the armed robbers, and the fact that she lost her life because there was a delay in having a medical. This is what it is. We sympathize with her family and the Arise News family. Very, very sad.
Quite sad, really. I mean, she represented Nigeria in 2023. Miss White, may her soul continue to rest in peace. Away from that, picking up the Punch newspaper, we still have the feud between Dangote. Getting a report this morning that the Nigerian Labour Congress has directed its affiliate unions to begin urgent mobilization and prepare for a nationwide industrial action against the Dangote refinery. In a report, sacked 800 workers also. And so it's coming as the nationwide strike declared by PENGASAN, the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, yesterday, the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory restrained PENGASAN from embarking on its industrial action against Dangote Petroleum Refinery and even the petrochemicals, barring the union from halting crude oil and gas supply. That the court orders or processes were served via a court bailiff and not through social media. Secretary of the Affiliate Unions, NLC President Joe Ajaro, played even to mobilize too long flouted Section 40 of the Nigerian Constitution, violating International Labour Organization Conventions 87 and 98, and treated national. Talking about this, and even at the several sides or the several analyses that have been given to these, the face that have been given to this issue, PENGASAN had, decided.
Again, which these unions are taking Dangote, if you agree with me, it shows that this one will be ordinary matter, like they say in the street, right? And their members, sorry. At the height of the minimum wage negotiations, I don't think these unions were this serious, chasing for minimum wage, that minimum wage conversation. They were not this committed. They were not this serious about, saying it true. Yes, there were statements were made, but so this speaks volumes to the interest, really. What does Dangote refinery, the running of the refinery, the way the refinery is done, what does it brought to the table that these guys are not comfortable with and they are ready to fight it all out? And if it was for union members, for me, Dangote has done the right thing. He's gone to the industrial court, unless they use properly about the decision of the International Industrial Court in Abuja, restraining them. But again, it is what it is. We don't know what the federal government is between Dangote, these unions, and the federal government. But at the end of the story of gang up, story of lack of commitment, really. Remember when this whole argument about deregulation or no deregulation, they demo, right. Are playing. One of the market forces is complaining, and then they've decided that look, okay, we're going to shut down everything. The unions are mobilizing. NLC have also decided to join. They are on standby. So if this is not resolved, the news what comes to mind is that look, and it's faced with this kind of challenge, and Dangote refinery should be treated as a national asset, and any threat to that refinery should be seen as a threat to national security. But you
asked the question: is this really when you want to halt because this will definitely affect everything. Anything that affects.
It will affect their workers.
Yeah, anything that affects. Exactly, anything that affects, especially fuel in this country. Reports is showing us that the NNPCL has signed another. The NNPCL has signed another 2-year crude supply agreement with Dangote Refinery, and so it was gathered that the deals by the refinery are located in Lagos, and they further gathered that the deal is in line with the federal government determination to supply more crude to the facility. Especially, they are renewing that 2-year crude deal. That's also in the Punch newspaper. Saifat, do I have you back?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, all right. That very story about Dangote versus out of the NNPC Dangote Refinery signing fresh 2-year crude 6 captures. That very story, and even the Vanguard across board. Actually, we are still with the Punch newspaper. Let's talk about the theme of tomorrow's Independence Day, which is all hands on deck. The federal government's 5th independence anniversary, tomorrow, October 1. And so the announcement was contained in the cancellation of the independence anniversary parade previously scheduled to mark anniversary tomorrow, adding that the government regrets any inconvenience that would be caused, but stressed that other activities lined up for the anniversary campus debate, appreciating Nigerians, the understanding of Nigerian administration. That's on remodeled National Theatre tomorrow. Just want to take that together. To mark the 65th independence anniversary and a significant investment in Nigeria's cultural arts in July 2024 to honor the Nobel laureate will host state governance ceremony. Let's take that also side forward. Any comments on that?
Well, cancelling the traditional parade that comes with that ceremony. Again, no particular reason has been given, but other activities lined up for the event will hold, except for the parade. The president is in Lagos, and I think that's why it would also be that for arts and culture. So that's what, just again for the sake of news, there are some of the activities of the president, during the period. But there's a lot of there are a lot of things that have been lined up to celebrate this more a special edition of the politics. Where we're coming from, where we are today, and what does the future hold for the country. We look at our politics, we look at economy, we look at everything that binds us together as a nation, and ask ourselves critically, challenging. But I think we still have hope. There's still hope, whether we like it or not, that no, this country will be great again.
Right. Several affairs of the different sector that we have almost the same to talk about, because this morning experts raised Nigeria at 65. 65 years of independence, that the Nigerian education sector remains plagued by issues of underfunding and budget increases. Well, that's also reported in the Punch newspaper, and I'm sure if you want to get other sectors to also talk about the lacunas and loopholes in those sectors, as we celebrate 65 tomorrow, I'm sure that even papers, dictionary, encyclopedia will not be able to contain them. All right. Away from that, the connection. That also in our dailies this morning, precisely the 3 FM, the sound of Lagos. My name is Tʀᴇ. While we get side forward back today, I don't know why the network keeps
I think the network is
cutting short the connection. I don't know, and it's not raining. Okay, I've committed to providing watertight security before, during, and even after the visit. Henry Okoye. Also, major streets in Owerri and environs, especially all the newly built facilities which Tinubu will inaugurate, popularly known as the Control Pass, the Emmanuel Nwayawu Conference, among others, and all the bad road spots in Owerri, from the Sam Mbakun Imo Owerri today, tomorrow inauguration in Lagos State. Do you have any comments on that before we just?
No. Well, for those who buy to him when he travels out of the country, always there to welcome him when he comes back from, whether this is an Abuja governor or the governor of Imo State. But maybe all of that is to lobby the president and convince him to come for this commissioning. I've seen the project and probably a book launch on Imo State. Again, we need to ask ourselves whether all of this commissioning is more political. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that sometimes the jamboree that comes with some of these events brings to mind and calls to question the what and the intention behind even doing this in the first place. If it's about just fixing a few kilometers of road, building a flyover, and then commissioning a conference center, and you know what it will take really there, the more. You understand why we have to, and those are some of the things we've been saying. This is the era where the government says there's no money. Yes, we're making money, but keeps, making it impossible, really, or difficult for Nigerians to trust the sincerity of the government on some of these things. So the people of Imo State will owe to some of these things. That's just the fact. And at the end of the day, it could just well end up as a political jamboree that we don't really need at this time.
Well, that very story is also in the Punch newspaper. You get to see Tinubu, governor.
The habit of moving with the president. Wherever he goes, they move it.
You see them. Well,
and it's not just the one. There are also politicians in Nigeria who keep, if the president travels to France, the next day they are also on their way to France. They are everywhere with it. And a lot of times, nothing. Go say goodbye to the president. Do they do that with their personal money? So if they use state resources to do that, how does that even make any? You turn that picture to a meme now. You seen it now.
President.
What will happen?
I don't know.
Will not fly.
I don't know. I don't know. I really do not know. It's everywhere. Anyway. Well, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Yes, no. Even in politics of the home, it's there.
Yep.
All is well.
Okay.
Anyways, still with the Punch newspaper, just that on page, her husband's decision to run the Muslim ticket, presidential tickets in the last election, that's 2023, had left her isolated in her local church, describing the episode as a bitter pill, the journey of grace, giving thanks in all things, which was made available to mark her 65th year from 2021 to 2025 with a foreword by Dr. Folashade Olukoya of Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministry. And so she recounted, saying that we kept moving forward with the hope in God and each campaign. The reaction of family, the church promotes unity. Regardless of, the way we speak about unity and the way we are united when it comes to, for example, sports, but we get divided when it comes to politics. You want to serve your people. Does it really matter? But I don't know if you have any comment on this anyway.
The politics of how we have politicized everything, religion inclusive. So that was like being at the receiving end of bad politicking, bad, bitter politics, where we politicize everything, including religion. So the point where your religion is also a determinant of who you can be or what you can be in the political space. And look, when you politicize everything, when it comes to traditional institutions, we politicize it. We put politics into everything. At the Ʀᴜ, how if you want to be religion too now. Before the 2023 elections, I was one of the people that said that, look, these are just mere distractions. This idea of a Muslim, Christian Muslim. Buhari was a Muslim Christian ticket. Pastor Yemi Oshibajo is not just a Christian, a pastor. And Buhari at that time, thinking the lamentations of the
papers on mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. I don't know why the network keeps disconnecting the connection, but we'll try as much as possible to not allow that to deprive our conversation this morning. We'll get back still perspective and analyzing the issues we have in our dailies newspapers this morning, The Punch, The Guard. All right, back to still the report we have here. The Guardian newspaper is capturing that Air Force raids bandits hideouts in Kwara.
Yes, I'm with you, sorry.
Okay, just go ahead. Just land on your thoughts.
So it's just fifth birthday, so. But again, I just think that, look, we showed us whether it's a Muslim ticket, a Christian Muslim ticket, you understand. The reality is that, look, going forward, can we check the capacity of these people who are coming to us? In fact, it's never any consideration for me in any of my dealing.
Right.
Whether you're a Christian or Muslim. Okay, if we are worried about Christian, Muslim, or Muslim Christian, what about the traditional worshippers? Do we even talk about them? Do they also? A lot of the people who complain bitterly, and I think Nigerians should get thinking about what I'm going to say now. a lot of the religious leaders, I'll use the word religious leaders, but people know they were heavily critical of the Buhari government. Have you heard any of them complain again anymore? Most of those religious leaders who is actually the presidency of over 2 years, have you seen any of the religious leaders really make any statement again? But you know what I'm saying.
Right.
You know that there was one very popular religious leader that was so vocal
strong
recently. So vocal, but we're very vocal under Buhari. Where are they today? Have you seen any of them mount the pulpit or mount? So for anybody who still deceive about religion conversation when it comes to politics, you are just deceiving yourself, because in reality, nobody cares. Let's take care of ourselves and focus on real issues.
Well, really, just away from that quickly, moving on the state, where armed men stormed an area in Okeode, shooting sporadically and targeting members of the bandits' locations across Tʀᴇɪᴅs, Okeode, Babanla, and surrounding areas in Kwara State. After the attack, the NAFs during the close air support operations were executed to deter threats, while hostile and military positions gathering criticality and sustained pressure on hostile actors, while all operations were completed successfully. That's reports on that. Also, speaking about security, ceaseless peace deals between Katsina Council areas and bandits. The scores of communities in Kankara Council of the state have been sacked by the hoodlums despite the subsisting truce. And it was learned that several of the victims fled to IDP camps and have vowed not to return. Even entered into the deal at the weekend with several communities and even traditional leaders, as well as dozens of the bandits. During the peace deal, the several bandits were seen armed with sophisticated weapons, a situation that definitely raised peace deal meeting and all of that. So I just took the security issue together so that you can...
Together, yeah.
Yes.
Well, Kwara State is in trouble. It's unfortunate. And you don't speak. Kwara North, Kwara South, it's under attack. And it's always found in Abuja. It's the governor of Kwara State. There have been several people still in Abuja. He doesn't really stay back home to govern the state. I know this issue of insecurity in Kwara State started small. You know, issues of villages being attacked. This Okeode incident is very unfortunate. These guys, I don't know why we're even calling them bandits. These are terrorists. Because for me, the simple definition to go and kill, terrorize the people. These are terrorists, and they should be classified as. They killed about 12 vigilantes, they killed civilians, they killed the valet. And if you look at the statement of the governor, he's now sounding helpless. Maybe he thought it was a joke initially. They are hideouts, beautiful, but does that sustain the security of the people? Is it sustainable to this thing? So that's why, again, they talk about state policing and all of these things. It's also very important. These governors, when these things happen, always sound very helpless. Look at Katsina State now. Communities were forced to go and negotiate. So these guys, I think the fact that even communities have gotten to the point where they are negotiating with them sends a message to these terrorists that, what does the government have to say about all of this? So we are now in an era where communities are now going on there. I think he insulted the president. Look at what is happening in the country.
Well, we have serious issues, security issues to tackle.
But look at the real issues we have on ground.
Side forward. Well, really, sometimes we're just speechless about the several incidences
issues
that
we have.
Well, just quickly, let's go political, suggesting Jonathan's possible comeback on the PDP platform. And so he has gotten response, of course, the solidarity movement declaring that the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, would not enjoy a free ride to the presidential ticket of the People's Democratic Party in 2027, in line with the Electoral Act 2022. Arguing sign to history. And also speaking about pulse of the presidency as well, saying that, well, is free to contest the 2027 election, and they described as absurd the PDP strategy to field Jonathan for the presidency on what he called a discredited platform, which bequeathed Elijah Onuga which made the assertions in a statement yesterday. Just want to take this also a political story quickly because of our time. You're sarcastic rather that the PDP was the summary of.
So understand why I will not bother with that.
Yeah.
Good luck to Governor Jᴏɪṛ as the PDP retains or your speaks very well. But let's come back to Jonathan. Jerry Ghana, I don't know what Jerry Ghana is saying. I don't know the level of conversation he has had with Jonathan for him to be so committed to saying that as Jonathan officially declared to run in 2027.
We've not heard from the horse's mouth.
So everybody, so even the Ashim that is saying that it's not going to get automatic, he's been having meetings, and that's enough to begin to say, well, maybe he might be having a return. But the fact that, look, there's no official declaration from him, maybe by Mola Milan focus, if he wants to run, again, people will hold him. So this is how the presidency will react to freedom.
The threats.
Because the man doesn't even make if it's article, they go on and on article. If it is Peter or B, they go on and on. And my question to Mr. Bayo is that, because for everybody that shows the desire to want to run, it's always an attack in the list. And then to the idea, you understand what I'm saying? Between what we were during Jonathan and what we are now, it is not me saying it. I'm just thinking that the presidency should calm down, get to run. Then there must be something that they see that we are not. Look, they must have been getting some information about this Jonathan agenda. But at the end of the day, Nigerians will decide.
Right. In
if Jonathan decides to run, and this idea of trying to preempt the court, the court to decide whether it's eligible, and that's why people are assurance that they have about the court, that they're already talking about the court.
Anyways, we have
Is
to
there
go.
something about the court? Sorry, we have to go.
We have to
right.
go. Thank you very much. The NPF, Nigerian Police Force, says it's prepared to begin the enforcement, and 2nd of October is Thursday. Anyway, we have to go. Thank you very much, Said, for your time.